Alrighty, welcome back. Nicky, still with the evil priest, and we're on the run. We barely escaped with our lives. And we have communication again.
Quill and I don't need to make up.
You know what, we're going
Maybe
to...
when Quill makes the right call and flies us far, far away from the church, I'll consider us formally even.
Let's read the journal. Where were we? We were at that. Did we read this already? I don't think so. This doesn't seem familiar. Or is this familiar? I don't think so. Okay. We were in prison. What a trip, literally. No one mentioned that Cortex thing was a giant freaking hand. Somehow it carried us straight to the Harlow's Hope in like a minute, and at least I think it was a minute. It was like time stood still and we saw stuff I still don't understand, but we're here now and already something's not right. No one around and the artificial gravity has gone out. That's not good. I was too close. One wrong wire and we almost got flushed out the airlock like space trash, but then something happened, just like that. Time we almost drowned in jelly. My guns suddenly changed like they just knew what I needed, and I could feel it. This fear, panic, need to protect. Perfect moment. And that's the biggest battery, and that's a, well, power station thing. Pizza! Oh, singing a hot dog. Okay, Peter. I'm getting bad deja vu. More of those crazed Nova cores with the corpse with a weird purple glow core. Harlow's Hope looks just like the Rock, and we know how that ended. The Rock approves. They've been messing with the ship's power for some reason too. Can't be good. I mean, seriously, the Rock is everywhere. The only two franchises he hasn't invaded yet is or are Star Wars. Oh, 3. Well, okay, let's make it more general. MCU. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Imagine Lord of the Rings comes out in 2022, this year, and Amazon somehow got The Rock in. Oh my goodness. Please don't. I mean, The Rock isn't per se a terrible actor. The problem is just, in 99% of all cases, The Rock plays The Rock. It's the only character he plays. And not every franchise has place for The Rock. You see what I'm meaning? I guess we know why they were messing with the power, sorta. There's this giant laser pointed to raw, right that contracts your entire planet. Except it seems to be sucking some kind of energy from the planet. Every part of this sucks. I hope Nicky and Corell are okay. We were able to get easy access to Nicky's little hideout, thanks to that keycard she slipped me when we first met, but the place was empty. Really, I hoped we'd find them here, I thought, but we did find something. Nicky maybe my kid? Chewbacca approves. And the 80s, with a peace sign, and the angel wings, and the red. Why are the fingernails colored red? And there's a heart, oh. Corell would have said something, right? We're headed to her office next. Alrighty. That's a disc to play music. Rock on! Oh, the unicorn again. The cool rock and roll unicorn. I guess it's Star-Lord. More bad luck at Corell's office. No Corell, no Nicky, and no clue what the heck happened, but we found some creepy graffiti and it looks like her captain's log were wiped. Rocket says there should be backups on the Nexus, mainframe, no Nexus, but we'll have to access it directly. Trying to stay positive, but none of this smells right. Got a close look at that big roped thing we first saw on the Rock. It's a robot. Well, it was a robot. Now it's scrap? I'd like it better this way. Let's just hope there's not more of them waiting for us on the bridge. Oh, goodness. Oh, blah, 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 I'm patriarch of eternity, blah, blah, blah. My brain keeps repeating what we saw on the Nexus. That thing from the QZ, is it really what started whatever all this is? Did we free that thing? This Raker guy, he was at the QZ too. Cosmo said he used to lead a universal church of something. If he's hurt, Corral or Nicky, there'll be hell to pay. Nicky, what have they done to you? Raker's got her fooled with this whole promise thing. Says they're going to bring people back from the dead. Does it mean correct? We gotta get her out of here. Help her snap out of it. Rocket managed to hack Raker's drone. Says that's our ticket out. We're a team! Where am I? That's Nicky. This isn't real, is it? It feels real, but then it feels like I was really back on Earth too. Nicky, was that whole matriarch thing just part of a dream? I can't think straight. Everything feels far away. Corral is... she's gone. Or at least mostly gone. After I rejected my promise, I think I somehow got pulled into Nicky's. Rock on! It was this reality where her, me, and Corral were all a family. We were getting ready to surprise Corral for her birthday, and then things got weirder. Corral's spirit spoke to me and told me how Nicky saw her die, how she needs to accept her mom's death, but can I even trust what I saw? We need to get out of here. We're outnumbered and way outgunned. We need to get off this ship and regroup so we can plan a proper rescue mission for Nicky. Luckily, Rocket hacked that drone. It'll lead us straight to the comms room so we can signal Milano to pick us up. Alrighty. Milano's on its way. We just need to make sure we're in position by the time it shows up, and ideally not under fire. Everyone seems pretty shook up by the whole promise thing. I wonder what they all saw. What the flock? Oh, this is way more than some backwater cult. It's like a full-on religion. There's gotta be millions of them. Gold light flowing out of them just like on the rock. How did they get this big this fast? It was only a cycle ago that Raker was some old man in Novacor's custody. A day, I guess. And talking hot dog again. Okie dokie. Oh, we spotted Raker and Gamora went after him on her own. I won't pretend I'm not worried. But she knows what she's doing. The Avengers! What's up? But in green. That's not right, Peter. I'm not worried, but she knows what she's doing. We've got to keep going and trust that she'll regroup with us in time. Rocket managed to jury-rig some of those faith batteries to blow. Should put some space between us and the church forces. Will we make our escape? Still no sign of Gamora, but we can't wait any longer. Hope I made the right call. Thanks. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of is that the artwork is a bit redundant. All of this coming again and again and again. But yet again, it's supposed to be written by Peter, and I'm not sure if you make new stars every time again on a new page. Anyway, made it back to the Milano by the skin of our teeth. No doubt Rocket will carry this at another time. He saved my butt. Gamora made it back to with Raker's arm. Note to self, do not mess with that lady. At least we've got lots of news for Cosmo. Alrighty, we're done. Let's see the arm. Looking army-ish. Drax, oh dear. Oh, he saw his wife and child.
Drax, you feeling sucky because Quill took my side?
He explicitly did not.
As far as I know, we ain't turning the ship around and heading back to the matriarch. I'll take that as a win.
It is matriarch.
I know, I was making a pun, because she's a blue blood. Well, at least on her mom's side.
You all right there, Drax?
I am pondering that question.
And that makes total sense. After what happened with Nicky and that twisted promise, having to watch the people we love die all over again.
My family did not simply die. They were murdered. By Thanos. I think I do not wish to discuss it.
Okay. Oh, Space Llama, do you have anything to say?
Chew. Move over. What are you looking at?
Oh no, you ain't chewing through any more of my ship.
My ship.
Shoo, flark off.
Wow, that panel must have looked really tasty. What's it for, anyways?
Emergency door controls for the ship. Something a ship owner should know.
Hey, do I look like an engineer?
You don't.
Okie dokie. Let's see, do we have anything new? Groot's room
Anybody
still.
in there? Drax? Are you okay? Open up!
Peter Quill.
Are you gonna join us in the cockpit? You got a lot of dog report items for Cosmo.
Perhaps I will. Write them down.
Drax.
Apologies. I will surrender the lavatory. In a few ticks.
Wait,
What is he?
was that my toothbrush?
What the heck? Better not to ask too many questions. Yeah, where we're going. Any new items that we can interact with? No. What is that?
What is
The Art of War.
We have to go
The Art of War!
Sure, we're heroes, but there's no limit.
I haven't read that completely. I started it once, but haven't finished it. Maybe I should. By Sun Tzu.
Can't wait to get out of here.
All of this is not new, it's old. Yeah.
Those scaly bastards didn't stand a chance.
Anything new here? No. Okay. Okay, let's talk to Rocket.
Hey, Rocket, you got a minute?
If you ask for a rubber ducky grenade, I'm gonna bite your toes off.
I believe we have already maxed out this. Yeah, 50-50.
If I had a unit for every minute of my time you waste with your flarkin' ideas.
Well, she's busy. Still haven't figured out
Groot
how
has a
to
rich, velvety voice.
fix that. Or you could have bought it. What's that?
I feel like I've seen this before. Did Groot pick it up in nowhere? Ooh, so swirly. Is that even a plant? Wonder where Groot picked up that one.
Where is
According to
Groot?
this, the collector reported Groot stolen 14 years ago.
Can we help you?
Oh, hey, Rocket, Groot. Sup?
What are you doing snooping through Groot's scut, Quill?
I am Groot.
Well, maybe you should mind.
Whoa, guys. Groot, I didn't mean to invade your space. Seriously, I would never do that. I was just curious about this report thingy I found.
Yeah, the report thingy that just so happens to bring up a lot of painful memories for Groot. Real smooth, Quill.
I am Groot.
It's not fine. The collector kept you in a frickin' cage like some kind of animal. As if it weren't bad enough you lost your entire planet.
I am Groot.
Fine. Groot says he'll answer your stupid questions.
What happened to your homeworld?
I am Groot.
You never told me that.
I am Groot.
What did he say?
He says the Shatari blew it up with an experimental doomsday device.
Holy crap. That's awful.
I am
Ain't the worst part, Quill. Groot says after Planet X was blown up, the other branch worlds mobilized. But they weren't no match for the Shatari and also got destroyed.
I am Groot.
Far as he knows, he's the last of his kind.
Oh, Groot. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'd do if Earth was destroyed, if I was the last human.
I am Groot.
He says it's not so bad. He's got us.
How'd you end up with the Collector in the first place?
How do you think? He stole Groot.
I am Groot.
Fine, you tell it.
I am Groot.
He says the Collector found him at the start of the war, in the wreckage of his planet.
Holy crap.
But just a piece, a splinter. The rest got destroyed like everyone else.
Just a splinter? Does this mean you can't die?
I am Groot.
He can still die, but he ain't gonna, 'cause I ain't gonna let him. I'll replant you 1,000,000 times if I gotta.
So, how'd the Collector find you?
I am Groot.
A drone found him, dormant in space. Guess old Tiven scours the galaxy for new specimens.
I am Groot.
Slavery ain't the same as saving.
I am Groot.
He insists the Collector saved him by planting him, and also keeping him in a das cage until I stole him, hence the stupid Flarkin report.
Is it still active, the report? Will the Collector come collecting?
You see any gold domes around lately?
Fair enough. I know we don't talk a lot, Groot, for, you know, obvious reasons. But I can't imagine this team without you. I can't change the past, but I can't commit to making the future better.
I am.
He says he knows, and he's grateful.
I wonder if is there a replay missions menu to get all the collectibles, achievements, skins, characters. Oh right, we can read a lot of this stuff. We have new characters to dive into, and we're going to do that. I guess this and the next episode will be a bit about reading characters. So we already learned about Peter, Jason, Quill, about Drax, Rocket, about Groot, Gamora of course, Meredith, his mother, and we have Galaxios Omnibacco. The crew of Hala's Hope, a Nova Corps vessel, has reported many encounters with unusual creatures thriving inside the raw wreckage of the quarantine zone. While most appear to be primitive parasites, feeding on the remains of crew rations or fuel leakage, there is one bizarre creature that yet eludes Nova Corps. Those who have caught a glimpse of it claim it is far too fast to track and appears to vanish when cornered. While the beast has yet to attack any corpsmen like the other quarantine zone inhabitants do, it has generated anxiety and superstition among the crew. Some have called it a ghost of galactic war. Nova Corps Denarian Carlos reported jagged bite marks in solid steel, as well as chewed wires. He claims to have heard spine-chilling, awful sounds that kept him from sleeping for several cycles. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, that's the game we were playing right now. This bottom portion tells you where this first appeared. And we have Corel. You know her. Hello? Load? No, load the picture. There's the picture. Corel. Corel was a proud Kree soldier shot down near the start of Galactic War. She rallied the survivors of her crashed frigate, holding out against the fearsome Chitauri aggressors despite impossible odds. Her distress call was eventually answered by Nova Corpsman Richard Ryder and his growing resistance. They brought grim news. The Corps had been decimated and Corel's family was killed in a Chitauri offensive. The Kree High Command granted Corel's request to let her join the Resistance as a liaison between the two allied groups. She would soon become a Resistance war hero, fighting alongside notable warriors like Ryder, the notorious Ravagers, and even Gamora Zenvoberi, daughter of the Mad Titan Thanos. Eventually, the Resistance and the Kree Empire would claim victory at Chitauri Prime itself. Ryder invited Corel to join and rebuild the shattered Nova Corps. She resigned from the Kree army and accepted the offer. Ah, okay. So Nova Corps is not in the hands of the Kree. We've kind of figured that before, but no. Now a Nova Centurion, Corel leads efforts aboard Hala's Hope to contain deadly war wreckage and oversee its transfer to the quarantine zone. She lives with her young daughter and wayward understudy, Cadet Nicolette Gold. First appeared in... Oh! So she wasn't created for this game. First appeared in Nova 4, 2007. Writers were Dan Abnett and Annie Lanning. The artists were Sean Chen, Brian Denham, Scott Hanna, Guru EFX. That's a name. That's a pseudonym, right? Cover artist Eddie Granoff. I mean, Elon Musk wants to know your location. Future ideas for future children, right? Editor was Bill Roseman. Ah. Nicky. Nicolette Gold. Nicky, for short, is an imaginative Nova cadet who has spent her entire life surrounded by Nova Corps officers and, against regulations, the criminals they arrest. Nicky's personality bears a striking resemblance to her mother Corel, a Nova Corps Centurion. Like her mother, she's stubborn, candid, and wise. Though not an official member of the crew, Nicky is convinced she can hold her own as well as any hardened officer. She's memorized all the protocols and knows the intricacies of every ship and shuttle, including Hala's Hope, where she currently resides. Oh, she's an old character. Interesting. Far older than Corel. I mean, in terms of when she first appeared in the Marvel Cosmos. Nicky has been issued 22 citations to date, most centered around security level violations, as she's notorious for finding her way into places where she is not allowed. Though she's a constant source of trouble for a superior officer, there is no question that she will eventually be one of the finest corpsmen, or corpsmen, in the galaxy. I mean, is it common or is it corpsman? It's just corpse, dead body, it just sounds all wrong. I'm not a native speaker, so I'm not sure. First appeared in Marvel Presents 4 in 1976. Writer Steve Gerber. Artists were Al Milgram and Janice Cohen. Cover artists were Al Milgram. Again. So he made the cover and was an artist. Inside of, well, the issue. And Danny Crespi. Editor was Marv Wolfman. And we have Grand Unifier Raker. Before he was Grand Unifier of the Universal Church of Truth, Raker was the chief scientist of a nomadic tribe, a deep space mining colony. Chief scientist, okay. The Endless people scoured the galaxy for precious resources, but on one ill-fated operation dug up a deadly disease instead. Raker's infallible science failed him. His only son perished, as did most of his colony. Devastated, Raker searched for any light in the darkness. Inexplicably, he found it in a man of incredible, illogical power, a golden god, as it were, who healed the ailing colonists. Raker could not fathom how. He could only have faith. Together, he and his new divine vessel founded the Universal Church of Truth. During the Galactic War, Raker and his healer, whom the faithful simply called him, traveled to the known worlds. Raker was his keeper, arranging the faith healing for those hurt by the ongoing conflict. And then a second tragedy. News soon broke of the healer's violent, mysterious death. Meanwhile, war casualties kept lining up, and Raker no longer had his divine vessel. He watched helplessly as his congregation broke and scattered. Rumor has it that the Grand Unifier has been slowly gathering a new flock, traveling the galaxy in search of any miracle that can rekindle the Church's former light. First appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, 2008. Writers were Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. Artists were Paul Pelletier, Rick Magyar, and Nathan Fairbairn. Cover artist was Clint Langley, and the editor was Bill Roseman. Ah, Lady Hellbender. Seknov 9's Monster Queen was once a nameless virgin sacrifice fed to a holy monster. She surprised everyone by taming the beast and emerging from the sacrificial pit unscathed. Reborn as Lady Hellbender, she then wrested power from the priests, took control of the planet, and transformed it into a lawless wonderland better reflective of her own image. Perfidious, cunning, and cutthroat, now she's the one throwing priests into the jaws of monsters, and the only gods left are the ones that she commands. Lady Hellbender leads a burgeoning criminal empire founded on the training and trafficking of rare space monsters. Her minions scour the galaxy for new creatures to add to her twisted sanctuary. While some are traded or sold, the vast majority, her favorites, join her exotic ecosystem, where they are further tamed and trained as both her children and her personal army. She first appeared in Totally Awesome Hulk, issue 1. I've been out of reading comics for a couple of years now. I didn't even know that we have a Totally Awesome Hulk version, issue, series. Okay. 2015. Writer was Greg Pak. Artists were Frank Cho, Sonia Obach. Cover artists were Frank Cho and David Curiel, and editors were Mark Panikia, Chris Robinson, and Darren Chan. Dweller in Darkness. In the deepest reaches of Lady Hellbender's fortress lies the Dweller in Darkness, believed to be a dimensional traveler from Everin. Worshipped as a monster god by Seknarf 9's former ruling priests, Lady Hellbender added the creature to her menagerie following her bloody ascension to the throne. Mystics believe the Dweller to be a hyper-intelligent entity, though the mutilation required to squeeze into this dimension has left it wounded and confused. Further abuse by Seknarf 9's former priests rendered it feral, but it thrives under Lady Hellbender's care. It has regrown several tentacles and has started warping reality to send its feelers out into the wild. It first appeared in a Thor, issue 229, 1974. You can see Thor is an old Marvel one. Writers Writer 1, singular, was Gary Conway, and the artists were Rich Buckler, Chick Stone, that's a cool name, and Lena Lessman. Cover artists were Rich Buckler and Marie Severin. Editor was Roy Thomas. Can I press on? Ah, yes, Mantis. Known to the priests of Palmar as the Celestial Madonna, Mantis was trained by the enigmatic order to control her prescient abilities. She describes her gift, and sometimes a curse, as an awareness of everything that has come before and everything that will be in any one of the infinite timelines. Because she is overburdened with so many possibilities, any future prediction or recounting of the past is muddied by alternate timelines. Still, her ability to compare possible outcomes allows her to act decisively at the last possible moment, seemingly navigating through a conflict with exceptional luck. That, combined with her mastery of the priest's rigorous martial arts training, makes Mantis a formidable combatant. While her order believes she's destined to have a profound impact on the fate of the universe, Mantis is usually preoccupied with the day-to-day confusion that comes with her condition. She first appeared in Avengers, issue 112, 1973. Writer was Steve Englehart, artist Don Heck, Frank Ball, and Petra Goldberg. Cover artists were Don Heck, again, and Mori Kuramoto, and editor was Roy Thomas. We also have Lipless. His real name unknown. Lipless is a notorious Rhydoctylan smuggler with an ever-growing list of arrest warrants. Nova courts once targeted him on Malilia, but he somehow eluded their flophouse raids. Recently he's shifted his focus towards trafficking in rare animal bones and illustrious hides. Lipless sells to everyone from renowned artists to galactic royalty, all under the table, of course. Rumor has it that the master smuggler has secured lucrative deals with the collector himself, which greatly increases the risk involved. It would account for his recent dealings with the Hetman interstellar poaching operation. Rhydoctylans are known for their mercurial temperament caused by the rapid evolutionary process on Rhydoctyla. Predators and prey can swap roles within a couple hundred cycles, leading to very malleable plane development. Lipless is no exception. He murders friends as fast as he makes them and is best avoided. Yeah, he kind of looks like such a person. And he first appeared in this game. Okie dokie. And we have the Collector, Tanalia Tivan. Claims he's an elder of the universe, a powerful ancient race that guided all creation, each one focused on a specific aspect of reality. In the Collector's case, he is a preserver, and there is a Grandmaster, played by Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum should get an Oscar for being Jeff Goldblum. I mean, whatever he touches He enlightens it. He makes people smile and happy. He's always in role, in person. I mean, Jeff Goldblum is Jeff Goldblum. And that's a character that you can have in every movie and in every franchise. Anyway, his Emporium serves not only to safeguard his precious collection, but to give people a chance to see exceptional rarities, world-altering artifacts, and unique creatures. Divan obsesses with discovering the last of a kind, eager to keep his prices safe against a chaotic, potentially doomed galaxy, or so he says, and some believe his task has become a dangerous addiction. The Collector's Emporium is currently docked to the Nowhere Market, and some believe Divan keep tabs on the drifting celestial head, trying to find a way to claim it for his collection before it is inevitably pulled into the rift. He first appeared in Avengers, issue 26, in 1966. Also an older one. Writer was Stan Lee himself, and the editor. Artists were Don Heck, Frank Giacoia, and Stan Goldberg. Cover artists were Jack Kirby and Don Heck. The Blood Brothers. Having picked the wrong side during the Galactic War, twin Rocklight brothers Garrick and Rosenblood served the genocidal conqueror Thanos until his demise. As Thanos' empire crumbled, the pair were imprisoned for their crimes, but only spent a brief portion of 44 life sentences in the kiln facility. They escaped by detaching the entire security wing of the prison, severing its life support systems and hurtling it into space. Whoa. Okay. Now muscle for hire and operating out of nowhere, the Blood Brothers are key. Oh, I thought they were created for this game, but no, they're also old. Now muscle for hire, and I don't remember these when reading comics. Now muscle for hire and operating out of nowhere, the Blood Brothers are keen to break bones and relive their pent-up aggression. Together they are nearly unstoppable, sharing a unique physiological bond that greatly enhances their strength and resilience the closer they are to one another. While Nova Corps is still eager to arrest the mass murderers, the World Mind's jurisdiction does not extend to nowhere. He first appeared in Iron Man, issue 55 in 1973. Writers were Jim Starlin and Mike Friedrich. Artists were Jim Starlin, writer and artist, and Mike Esposito. And cover artists were Jim Starlin again. Whoa, dude. Writer, artist, and cover artist. Joe Sinot, Gaspar Saladino, and Mori Kuramoto. The editor was Roy Thomas. And we have Cosmo. Oh, puppies. Cute. Cosmo was the first canine launched into orbit by Russia's Soviet space program, CCCP. The spacecraft was pulled away from Earth by an unknown cosmic anomaly, hurled into deep space at impossible speeds and deposited near the edge of the galaxy, and Cosmo found himself hyper-evolved by cosmic radiation. He could hear and understand distant thoughts in 100 different languages. He used his newfound telekinesis to push his powerless vessel towards a cacophony in his head and found the Nowhere spaceport. Now, serving as Nowhere's security chief, Cosmo relies on his incredible psychic abilities to oversee one of the most diverse and bustling corners of deep space. If he has this kind of psychic abilities, why didn't he feel us before the Blood Brothers attacked? Nowhere is a final port of call before the limitless rift, a home for the aimless, the delinquent, and the inquisitive alike. And as if keeping watch over all that wasn't enough, Cosmo also has custody of a litter of 5 Russian space puppies, named Andrei, Leonid, Tatiana, Sinaida, Vasinaidia, and Chad. First appeared in Nova 8, 2008. Writers were Dan Abnett and Eddie Lanning. Artists were Wellington Elves and Scott Hanna and Guru AFX. XXX. Pseudonym again, I guess. Cover artist was Eddie Garanov and editor was Bill Roseman. And we have the Matriarch. Within the second rise of the Universal Church of Truth, a new figure has emerged in their religious lore, the Matriarch. Those who have seen her describe a young girl towering over her congregation in a sweeping robe, surrounded by the church's elite guards. She appears to be under the tutelage of Grand Unifier Raker, who is always found by her side. The faithful members of the church seem to believe the matriarch is key to spreading a religious experience called the Promise, an epiphany that appears to lock in the royalty of the church's followers. They call her their divine vessel, a term also used for the faith healer who led them during the Galactic War. Oh, she's also an older character in the Marvel cosmos. One thing is clear. The arrival of Matriarch has lit a beacon across the galaxy, and the church's flock is growing rapidly. She first appeared in Strange Tales, issue 178 in 1975. The writer was Jim Starlin, artists were Jim Starlin and Alan Weiss. Cover artist was again Jim Starlin, and the editor was Len Wein. Alrighty. What about factions? There's so much to read. Yeah, we were going to dive through this. Why not? We're going to end the episode. Next episode, we're going to continue experiencing or discovering the Marvel universe. You know, information like these can be useful. You never know when the MCU is going boomshit crazy and implementing more stuff like creatures you've never seen, and then you can be like, I once watched this YouTube video about a dude, and he read about a Tawra. I know it's an odd little creature from Maklu 4 that looks like a pile of eyeballs bursting out of a tiny frame. And though it's an average animal from an intelligence perspective, its camouflage is not just visual. I'm sorry. Anyway, until next time.